Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk about all major movie and television news. And today is an exciting day because we have a pull quote from the chairman of Warner Brothers Entertainment, Ann Snarnoff, talking about the future of DC. And not just the future like what movies and characters are we going to get, but talking about the central focus of what the plan is for DC moving forward. So we'll cover that and break down what it means. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you love to stay up to date on all major movie and television news. We're covering it here on the channel, so subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a beat. So the exact quote of the chairman of Warner Brothers Entertainment comes from a CES 2021 interview. CES is a global tech event where they bring in a lot of big names and talk about what their future plans are. Well, this chairman of Warner Brothers was there, and when she was asked about the future of the DC universe, this is what she had to say. Everything's connected now, and we're building a DC Universe plan that's much more centrally connected, but individually executed. I think it's really upstream in the planning that it all needs to come together so people can feel a pride of their efforts. So this actually has a lot to tell us what she's exactly saying, what it means moving forward for the DC Universe, for the fans. One of the biggest issues we've seen in the DC Universe hasn't been individual execution. There are a lot of fantastic individual movies coming from DC. It's been the whole over cohesive environment that was the issue. It was one of the biggest problems we saw with the Justice League. A lot of the other issues with the individual movies was they felt apart and individualistic. There was no connecting factor, and then on top of that, you know, we have 3 Batmans, and there's several different Supermans, and a lot of different questions as to how all of this really can connect moving forward. And part of the reason behind that was because the MCU was doing such a great job creating this huge cinematic universe, and a lot of people feel like DC was trying to just play catch up, and it kind of ended up squandering any possibility for an actual cohesive universe. Well, now we're hearing that from this point forward, we're going to be living in a DC universe where everything centrally connects. There isn't just a DCEU, but a DC universe where every movie in some shape or form has a connection to the central whole of it all. And that really brings us back to DC Fandom when we had the entire multiverse panel where they spent about 20-30 minutes talking about the multiverse in the DC universe, how DC were the first ones to actually use a multiverse in the comics, and how all of that is going to come to light in the Flash movie. So we're going to be getting a movie with the Flash character where it will have this sort of hourglass effect where everything that DC has ever done, or anything that DC has ever done that they wish to use moving forward, will kind of come and connect into the Flash. That's why we've heard about Michael Keaton joining this movie and Ben Affleck, so there'll be 2 Batmans. We're also hearing about Wonder Woman and potentially a other Wonder Woman. So a lot of characters will be going full circle and meeting back in this middle, this central point, which will be in the Flash movie, and then they'll be spreading out on their own again individually, as was explained by the chairwoman, and then if needed to can come back together to team up in films as needed or desired. And this won't just be within the DCEU, this will be across different multiverses, across different parallel universes, which was explained to us by Jim Lee, that there are a multiple never-ending infinity amount of different parallel universes with any type of chemical makeup you can think of for each individual character. So yeah, it seems like in a sense it could be a bit of a cop-out, and it definitely doesn't appear that this was what they were planning through the entirety of the creation of the DCEU. But it has seemed since DC Fandom, when they started talking about the multiverse, when they started talking about the Flashpoint movie, and now that we have this pull quote from this chairwoman, that they are planning on building a cohesive universe, centraled universe, where they'll be able to have multiple Batmans, or multiple Aquamans, Supermans, whoever, and they can have a very fun future with these characters. But she also emphasized the individuality of these movies, and how they will still have their standalone opportunities to shine and have movies like The Joker or the new The Batman will be getting. They aren't going to have some type of connection to it, but will still have the option through whatever is set up to us through this Flash movie. So some exciting news for sure. DC has a lot to get together and a lot to do for fans to feel that excitement that they have been longing to feel for a long time. Personally, I think that we're headed in the right direction, and if the execution can be clean, fair cut, and clear, that a lot of fans will be happy with this direction. But of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I love to interact with you guys and see what you're thinking about the topic. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you stay up to date on all major movie and television news that we'll be covering right here on Cosmic Culture.